And welcome to NCTV, the Nantucket Sports Connection presentation of Whalers Athletics. We are coming to you live here from the Bog, Nantucket Ice Community Rink, as your Nantucket Whalers play host to the Green Wave from Abington. I'm Charles Douglas, station manager for NCTV, filling in for the voice of the Whalers, Chris Morris, who's off island with his family on winter vacation. Hope they're enjoying themselves. DC Collins, our other voice of the Whalers, is out in Colorado enjoying the high country. So here we are, sticking with the island for the depths of winter, still digging ourselves out of the snow here. But we're here early for this boys varsity ice hockey game. As you can see, the Arch of Honor already set up for our senior recognition for our boys varsity ice hockey team. We have several graduating seniors who are going to be honoring here coming up. Ken Jenkinson, Jeremy Jenkinson, Andrew Lavin, Ben Freeman, Bear O'Banion, Soren Edwards, and Ronald Del Rosario Gomez, all being honored here this afternoon. So thank you so much for joining us. Again, I've got a great crew here from the Nantucket Sports Connection, our school-to-career experts, Annie Yard and Ashley Klatt on top of the upper deck alongside Sean Davis. Sean Davis, our lead photog for the Nantucket Sports Connection. He's doing my job, punching buttons, directing today's broadcast so I can do this whole sports anchor job. And, well, hanging with a great crew out here. We have a final score if you just joined us from John J. O'Neill Gymnasium, where the Whalers stomped those Sandwich Blue Knights. 85-41 was the final score over there. So thank you to Aspen Sylvia, our student commentator, who did a great job on the call over there today at the gym. Frank Schott, the executive director of NCTV, filling in for me, directing that broadcast. And Pavlin Alexeyev, who just got back from the state swim meet up at MIT just yesterday, was bringing you the visuals from the gymnasium. Any moment now, you're going to hear from Chip Clooney in the scorekeeper box right beneath me, and he's going to be calling out the seniors who are going to be here alongside their family members. They also have some special guests, faculty, staff, and even some administrators from Nantucket High School they're going to be honoring as part of the Booster Clubs program this year. The Booster Club is doing a special set of recognitions this year, along with these graduating seniors, as they recognize a staff member at Nantucket High School who made a big difference for them in their academic journey as a Nantucket Whaler. So coming up any second now, we're going to be recognizing these seniors. So we'll be right back with that after a quick word from folks at NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection and, the folks who make this all possible. We'll be right back for senior recognition here at the Bog.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
And welcome back. This is Charles Douglas, station manager for Nantucket Community Television here at the Bog, Nantucket Ice Community Rink. Thank you to Brian and Tony on the Zamboni, everybody else who's making the festivities here possible and supporting our Whalers varsity ice hockey team, both boys and girls. Of course, we recognized the girls just yesterday. Here's Chip Clooney with senior recognition.
Today, the Whalers take on the Green Wave from Abington High School. Before today's game, we would like to take a moment to recognize this year's group of seniors and thank them for their contributions to Whaler hockey, the Nantucket athletics, and the island community. First up, we have number 17, Ronnie Del Rosario Gomez, and Mom Wendy. He's got a whole group with him. Our next senior, number 22, Soren Edwards, with Gillian and Simon.
Soren Edwards here, who's, I want to say, been a varsity player all 4 years of his time as a Nantucket Whaler. And as Ashley was just telling me in my comms, he actually joined the varsity team.
Next up, number 9, Ben Freeman, with Chris and Heather.
Ben Freeman, another longtime varsity player for the Nantucket Whalers and one of the leading scorers these last 2 seasons.
Next up, it's the twins, 13, Jeremy, and number 2, Canton Jenkinson, with Dad Jeff and Mom Marianne.
And these two are almost competing for the highest score between the two of them on our team. Don't mind Chip Clooney down beneath us with the fleeting expletive there. Again, Ken and Jeremy Jenkinson with Mom and Dad.
Next up, number 4, Andrew Lavin, with TJ and Jamie.
By the way, Canton Jenkinson, that goal he had in the game yesterday was his 16th of the season, and he has 28 total points in 14 games this season. On screen now, Andrew Lavin, who of course is also involved in is a local
Next
photographer.
up, number 11, Bear O'Banion, with Mark and Laura.
And number 11, Barrow Banyan, senior defenseman.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year our seniors are starting a new Whaler tradition called Made an Impact, where each senior recognizes a teacher or staff member who has helped them grow into the person and athlete they are today. After all, our student athletes are students first, and these educators have made a lasting impact in their lives. First up, Ronald Del Rosario Gomez selected Miss Hylam.
And there's number 17, Del Rosario Gomez, with Nantucket High School principal Mandy Hylam. Most of our students choose a faculty member of their choice, so interesting selection here of an administrator at Nantucket High School.
Soren Edwards, Mr. Kuritak.
And number 22, Soren Edwards, with Mr. Kuritzek. What does he teach? English teacher. Copy that.
Ben Freeman selected Mr. Norton.
And number 9, forward Ben Freeman, with Mr. Norton, another English teacher.
Barrow Banyan also selected Mr. Norton.
Mr. Norton right back out with Barrow Banyan.
Andrew Lavin, Ms. Mason.
And no surprise there, Andrew Lavin, who is always in photography class when I come visit and recruit for our Sports Connection crew. Of course, Merrill Mason, the advisor for both Yearbook and the Whaler Word news television program we show every Friday at 7:30 during the school year on NCTV.
Canton and Jeremy Jenkinson both selected Mr. Cothran.
And Mr. Cothran, who teaches Latin. And looks like he is here in spirit.
Mr. Cothran never looked so good.
Via the magic of digital
That concludes
printing.
our ceremonies. Congratulations. A round of applause for all the seniors and their mentor.
And thank you so much to Chip Clooney, who we've got securely muted now before my director gets any more of a fright. But yeah, thank you, Chip, facilities director at Nantucket High School, on our senior recognition. We're going to get out here for a picture from Mr. Tran from the Current, and looks like a meal from Nantucket High School, who of course has worked with us on the Sports Connection crew as well. Going to snap a photo with our graduating seniors, all 7 of them, with the coaching staff. Oh, thank you. Matt Hunt helping out, giving us that mic back before Chip can scare any small children at home by whispering something he shouldn't. Anyway, I'll make sure I'm not going to whisper anything I shouldn't, and instead give you a bit of a game preview here as we let our seniors march back into the locker room with their teammates. Again, we had our girls varsity ice hockey team senior recognition just a couple days back, and their posters are on the far glass next to the boys here. Annie Yard and Ashley Klatt on your visuals today. Sean Davis directing our broadcast. This is Charles Douglas. Happy to be with you for the Abington Green Wave playing our Nantucket Whalers. If that name sounds familiar, well, it's the first time during the regular season the Whalers have hosted Abington. These two teams have faced each other before, namely the MIAA Division IV tournament just 3 years ago. So a couple of those seniors like Soren Edwards, like the Jenkinson brothers, were on that team. It was the round of 16 playoffs. The student section was chock full, and we're doing a whiteout theme that day. And that game, the Whalers, as you saw right here in the Nantucket Sports Connection, pulled off a big win in the round of 16, a 6-2 victory that helped the Whalers advance to the quarterfinals in the playoffs back in 2023. Seems like so long ago, but was within the living memories of our team here as the Whalers pile right back out of the locker room, and Nantucket takes the ice. Here at the Bog, we're about 7 minutes out from live action here at the rink. Crowd starting to pile in, of course. Again, the simulcast of today is just wrapping up over at John J. O'Neill Gymnasium. Aspen Sylvia doing some post-game interviews. Did a great job on the call today. I got to hang out with him just to get a little pregame out of the way and give you your starting lineups. The final score from the gym, 85-41. So a clean sweep of the Blue Knights from Sandwich this year for our varsity boys basketball team. They conclude their season with 14 wins and a number 27 ranking in Division III basketball. That's likely to tick up by a position or two. So we are unofficially expecting a preliminary round tournament game here at home Monday or Tuesday of vacation week. So in about 7 or 8 days, we're expecting to be able to host a basketball playoff game. We'll be bringing that to you live, of course, on Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV HD, channel 1072. In green, the Green Wave, unsurprisingly, takes the ice on the far side here, closer to Sean Davis, Ashley Klatt, and the upper deck shooting position. Abington, a higher-ranked team who are definitely coming here as the favorites. But obviously they probably got one or two seniors who were underclassmen on that last team that visited here and are looking to even the score, as, again, these teams have only faced each other one time before, and it was in the MIAA Division IV tournament. So Abington in green with white trim will be moving from left to right once we get underway in the first period. Your Whalers in white moving from right to left. We'll be commencing in just about 4.5 minutes. So in the meantime, I want to thank the folks who make the Sports Connection on NCTV possible, starting with the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They've made the students of Nantucket High School a priority in their philanthropic efforts and continue to do so with the support of the Boys and Girls Club, their vocational scholarships, their academic scholarships, and, of course, their support of this live broadcast. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Whaler Nation.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll launch for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carp.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And Whalers control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
And welcome back to live Nantucket Varsity Ice hockey action here at the Bog, the Nantucket Ice Community Rink. I'm Charles Douglas here with Andy Yard, Ashley Klatt, and Sean Davis directing our broadcast. Begin our center lineups any second now. Abington comes in here 10-8, though they are on a 2-game losing streak. They lost at home versus Littleton on Valentine's Day on Saturday, and lost the Monday before that to Middleborough High School. Whalers, of course, lost just the other day to a visiting Plymouth North team on Friday. And so they're looking to turn things around. They've got 2 games left after today. They'll be on the road against that same Plymouth North team on Wednesday and then hosting North Quincy on Thursday. Of course, we were here for the Pembroke High School game. The Titans handled the Whalers 9-2, though we mentioned Kenton Jenkinson had a beautiful goal in that contest. So we're wrapping up the regular season here on the Nantucket Sports Connection, but we're looking forward to the playoffs. The Whalers, they have to win 1 or 2 of these final 3 contests in order to stay in the MIAA Division IV top 32. Here's Chip Clooney with our lineups. And we're just about to get underway here at Nantucket Ice. 15 minutes are on the clock. Whalers versus the Green Wave. Both teams looking to secure their place in the MIAA tournament. Again, we have 2 more games left in the regular season for this team and 2 more games in our regular season of broadcasting on the Nantucket Sports Connection. Wednesday will be the final girls varsity ice hockey action versus Plymouth South, and then this varsity boys ice hockey team back Thursday versus North Quincy. And we are underway here at the Bog. Whalers knock the puck forward. And Ken Jenkinson comes up with it. He knocks it forward. And Abington manages to intercept and gets the clear. Icing is the call. 14:37 remaining here in the first period. Whalers behind the Green Wave net. Edwards there to prevent the clear. Jenkinson battles for it. I should clarify, Ken Jenkinson, because we got both of them back out here today. Jeremy off the bench from that last contest. And Soares charges forward for the Whalers. Soares tries to get it inside. Green Wave intercepts. And Nantucket resets now. Underneath our shooting position here on the perch mid-ice. Green Wave get it down on the offensive end. Nantucket manages to get out to mid-ice. Abington resets. That's number 6, Captain Sam McDonald charging forward for the Green Wave. Lavin getting it out of harm's way for Nantucket. Whalers swap out some players. 11 and 22 are out. The seniors, Barabanian and Soren Edwards. 12:52 left here, first period. No score yet. Edwards coming out of the Nantucket defensive end. He crosses mid-ice and tries to pass it to Freeman, but that's missed. Ken Jenkinson comes up with it. Jenkinson takes the first shot of the contest, well above the goalie. Another shot from Jeremy Jenkinson, wide to the left. So Whalers finally getting some shots on here. Barabani comes up with it. And Abington gets it around to 2-on-1 against Edwards. But Whalers managed to catch up. Shot goes wide. Another opportunity, lobs over the goal. So no pucks touching Thomas Schroeder there in the net as yet, as we're back on the offensive end for the Whalers. Abington resets. Crosses the timeline. Whalers there to disrupt behind their own net. And Ken Jenkinson brings it forward for Nantucket. Green Wave player goes flying. No call from the Stripes there. shot from the point. Wide. Decent attempt for Jasper Soares, the junior. Parker Furtado disrupts at mid-ice. Another shot from Nantucket is gloved up by the Green Wave. That's number 31, co-captain Nicholas Harris, the senior, in goal for Abington. 10:46 remaining here in the first quarter, the first period rather. I see Frank Schott has snuck up onto the upper deck. Thank him for joining us. No doubt he's here to sample some of the fine fare at the Foggy Nantucket snack bar. Frank Schott, never one to turn down lunch. Got a broken stick here from a Whaler. So 24 takes a quick seat for Nantucket. Parker Furtado. Don't see a stick snap in half like that terribly often here. So that thing must have been older than me. Coming up on 10 minutes left here in the first period. Shot from the point. Caught by Nicholas Harris. That was Soren Edwards on the attempt. And face off on the Nantucket offensive end. Ken Jenkinson comes up with it. And checked behind the goal by Jeremy Jenkinson. And Nantucket continues to disrupt Green Wave attempts. Shot from Ken Jenkinson, deflected by Harris. Another shot is blocked by a Green Wave player in front. And Green Wave gets it out of harm's way. Edwards struggles for it behind the Nantucket net. He comes up with it. Knocked forward to number 11, who gets it over to number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson. Edwards again. Gets it out of the danger zone. And Nantucket with a lineup change. Charlie Boyce, the sophomore, number 7's out there now. Ken Jenkinson driving forward. Waits for some help. Jenkinson and Soares battling for it. Slightly outnumbered there on the near side. Soares and number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson, fighting for it on the near end. Welcome, Frank. Thank you for joining us up here in the perch. 8:18, no score yet between Abington and Nantucket here at the Bog. Diving for it is Thomas Schroeder. He saves it. Puck now behind the Nantucket net. Slap shot from number 18 and sets up the first goal of the afternoon from the Green Wave. Number 11 there knocks it in. Amane De Jesus, if I have that correct, junior for Abington, makes it 1-0. Green Wave with 7:55 left here in the first period. Justin Torres, the sophomore, on the faceoff for Nantucket. Whalers knock it forward onto the offensive end. Battling behind the net, Justin Torres. Puck trickles out to mid-ice. Nantucket comes up with it. Green Wave gets it back in front of the Nantucket bench. Shot. And scored just like that, less than 2 minutes later. Abington puts another one on the board. Let's check out the replay. Just skating right past Schroeder is co-captain Sam McDonald, the senior for the Green Wave. And it's 2-0 Abington, 7:12 remaining in the first period. Nantucket with the puck after the faceoff. Kenton Jenkinson gets it stripped away. Nantucket gets it back. His brother Jeremy Jenkinson with it. Kenton takes a shot and puts it in for the Whalers. First goal of the afternoon for Nantucket. Jeremy to Kenton Jenkinson. 6:41 left here in the first period, as you can see there on the replay. So Whalers are staying in this one, down 2-1 here in the first period. I want to say that's 15 goals now for Kenton Jenkinson this season. Green Wave comes up with it right out of the faceoff and immediately gloved up by Thomas Schroeder after a shooting attempt by number 14, Derek O'Neill, the freshman for the Green Wave. Face off of the Nantucket defensive end. They come up with it. Number 12 battling for it there for Nantucket. And Stripes call play dead with 6:14 remaining in the first period. And looks like we have our first penalty of the matchup. Justin Torres takes a seat for 2 minutes. So PK team out on the ice for Nantucket. Face off on Nantucket's defensive end. Ken Jenkinson gets it back to Edwards. And Nantucket cleared. Puck mid-ice right beneath our perch here, above the penalty boxes. Less than 6 minutes remaining in the period. 1:42 left on the power play for Abington. And face off on Nantucket's offensive end. Nantucket tries a shorthanded shot on goal there, but easily deflected by the Green Wave. Nantucket, of course, was on the receiving end of a shorthanded goal versus the Plymouth North Eagles on Friday. Green Wave still trying to get it off their own end. Jeremy Jenkinson harassing. Edwards checks an Abington player. Shot on goal is deflected by Soares, who clears. 5:15 left in the first period. 1 minute left on the power play for Abington. Bringing forward number 6, Sam McDonald. He takes a shot on goal, and a little trickle around gets past Thomas Schroeder, and Abington capitalizes on the power play to make it 3-1 here in the first period. So both teams back up to full strength. as Green Wave manages to capitalize on the Nantucket penalty. Whalers have to watch out for those cheap penalties that give their opponents that kind of opportunity. Shot easily deflected by Nantucket. Number 11, Barabani knocks it forward. Another shot on goal covered by Thomas Schroeder. That was Patrick Minion, the freshman for the Green Wave, on that attempt. 4:38 left in the first period. And we're going to have a face-off on the Green Wave offensive end. Number 7, Charlie Boyce, on the face-off for the Whalers and knocks it forward across the timeline. Green Wave resets, or tries to, but 15, Nick Weisentanner is there. Abington manages to disrupt. And they charge forward. Another save by Thomas Schroeder in the Whaler net. And clock is stopped. 4:15 left as both teams change lines. And number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson, on this faceoff on the Nantucket defensive end. Edwards there behind the Whaler net. Alongside number 30, the sophomore Jackson Remick. Jenkinson strips it away. Ken Jenkinson, I should say, strips it away from a Green Wave player. A long shot on goal is caught by Thomas Schroeder. Play stopped with 3:51 left in the first period. Again, if you're just joining us for today's simulcast, we just had the Whalers take care of business on the basketball court. 85-41 was the final. Whalers versus the Sandwich Blue Knights to wrap the regular season for the boys basketball squad as they get ready for their first appearance, actually, in the MIAA Division III tournament. Nantucket Varsity boys ice hockey team looking to keep their hopes alive for the Division IV MIAA tournament as a skate gets repaired to help out Mr. Thomas Schroeder there in the Nantucket net. Either a skate or a pad that Soren Edwards is trying to help him out with there. And it looks like everything's all squared away and back in regulation. So face-off here on the defensive end for the Whalers. Green Wave comes up with the face-off, saved by Schroeder, and Ken Jenkinson comes up with the puck. He drives forward now. Nantucket with a 2-on-4. Nantucket players need some help out there behind the net. Number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson, tries to get over to Ken. Ben Freeman, number 9, there to disrupt. Another graduating senior on this team we dishonored. Green Wave managed to clear. Soren Edwards chases it down for Nantucket. Icing waved off. And Kenton Jenkinson gets it over to Freeman. Freeman knocks it forward, and icing is the call with 2:59 remaining in the first period. We'll be back out here at the rink on Wednesday for the final girls varsity ice hockey match of the season versus Plymouth South. Be live at 5 o'clock on NCTV HD, channel 1072 for that. Sure glad you're with us today, President's Day, for a holiday simulcast here on Nantucket Sports Connection. I'm Charles Douglas, filling in for Chris Morris, your voice of the Whalers, who is enjoying a well-earned winter holiday. As Whalers struggle to get out of harm's way on their defensive end. 2.5 minutes left in the first period. Whalers are down by 2 goals. Green Wave knocks it behind the Nantucket net. Whalers attempting to clear. And finally able to do so. Andrew Lavin bringing forward for the Whalers. Knocks it back to number 14. Justin Torres. He takes a shot deflected by a Green Wave player. And number 7 comes up with it for the Whalers. Charlie Boyce. Puck behind the Green Wave net. Abington still unable to clear. And finally do so. Less than 90 seconds remaining in the first period. Whalers getting physical mid-ice and disrupt that attempted shot on goal. Physical play by both teams. Number 7 with an attempt. That's saved by Harris. Charlie Boyce in that attempt for Nantucket. And Green Wave back on offense. 58 seconds remaining in the first period. Luis Sousa receiving into that check. And Jasper Soares knocks it forward to Nantucket. Charlie Boyce crosses mid-ice. And Green Wave intercepts. 32 seconds remaining. Saved by Schroeder. And Soren Edwards back in. He clears out to Ken Jenkinson. He dives for the puck. Disrupted and goes flying out of play. Nicholas Harris. Thankfully, puck not heading up to the shooting position of Ashley Klatt on the upper deck next to Sean Davis directing today's broadcast. Frank Schott paid us a little visit in the booth a moment ago. Hopefully he's over there enjoying a chicken sandwich. 15 seconds left in the first period. 7-6. Whalers might be able to get one more shot off from Ben Freeman. Goes wide. And that's it for the first period of play. Whalers get to score a goal courtesy of Canton Jenkinson, but Green Wave scores 3. So Nantucket has their work cut out for them. 3-1 as we go into the first period of intermission. Maybe we'll try to get Ashley or Annie have a chat on the mic during our break. But in the meantime, we're going to acknowledge some of the great folks who make our work at Nantucket Sports Connection on NCTV possible. This is Whalers ice hockey action here at the Bog. We'll be right back after these messages.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a Whaler, always a Whaler! 1, 2, 3, Whalers!
One of us a Whaler! Siempre un Whaler! Vamos!
What binds us is Whaler pride. It has shaped our island and student athletes for generations.
Whaler pride isn't just a tradition, it's an identity, a legacy for families who choose to plant their roots here in this community all year round. It can bring generations of island families together, and for Washer Shore children, it can transform an unfamiliar place into a new home. The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics. It helps provide our teams with gear, additional travel expenses, and much more.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. From the homecoming to the pig roast, and most importantly, Hank, our school mascot. We're here to create a fun and welcoming atmosphere. More than money, we need members. And part of this club, you are a member, not just a volunteer. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Support our kids and Whaler pride by volunteering for the Booster Club. To learn more, please email the address on the screen.
When you add resilient gardens to your outdoor spaces, you contribute to the long-term well-being of the island. Introduce yourself to the Nantucket Footprints virtual garden tours and find inspiration to cultivate biodiversity. The first tour of a native meadow, curated by the Nantucket Conservation Foundation, is now available for free at nantucketfootprints.org.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Cup.
And welcome back. We're live here at the Bog, Nantucket Ice Community Rink. I'm Charles Douglas, station manager for Nantucket Community Television, filling in for Chris Morris. We're going to have a chat with some of our students over here with a parent of a proud graduating senior. If you want to click unmute yourself, and there you are. Annie R., take it away.
What is up, you guys? My name's Annie R. Today I'm here with Jamie Lappin and fellow interviewer Ashley Klatt. All right, so you're a senior parent. How are you feeling?
Great. Season's gone okay.
Is it a little emotional? It's one of the last games, senior game.
Yep. This whole year's been emotional between football, now this, and then we're going to go into baseball. So it's going to be a tough next, 16 weeks we got? Yeah.
How do you think Andrew's performance has been this season?
Andrew's had a great year in sports this year. He's really sort of stood out above what he has in the past. I think he's done really, really well.
Yeah. He's done amazing football, done amazing hockey. I think he's going to do amazing in baseball, too. Do you have any words for him?
Just keep being who you are. I love you to death, and we'll see what happens in the next stage.
All right. Well, I love your hat. I love the pin on the hat. I think it's beautiful. Thank you so much for answering my questions today. Okay, Ashley, do you have anything to add?
I think the game's going really well. Jamie, what are your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, I mean, we got a 2-goal deficit here, so we need to kind of pick up, get the defense on board a little bit more, and kind of go from there.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Back to you guys.
All right, great stuff there from Annie Yard and Ashley Klatt there with Mrs. Lavin, of course, mentioning Nantucket Whalers football. Our football team had a banner year, 8-0 in the regular season, 9-1 overall. We were there for that one, of course, up in Nantucket, the longest trip of any football team in the postseason turn in any division in the state. So that was quite a heartbreaker, but otherwise a really successful season for Nantucket Whalers football. And we're right here with Nantucket Whalers ice hockey as they are down by 2 goals. Nantucket Whalers are ranked 28 in MIAA Division IV tournament as we watch Tony on the Zamboni clear things up for the second period here at Nantucket Ice. But we are looking forward to some playoff action. Certainly, if our boys ice hockey team can pull this out, that's going to go a long way. And we're definitely looking forward to some playoff action for basketball. Certainly the boys. We know they punched their ticket after they munched on that sandwich 2 games in the space of 4 days. And they wind up with a 14-win season, so congratulations to them. Our girls varsity basketball team is off island today for their final game of the season. They're playing Sturgis West, who they lost to at home. But if they can pull out a win today over in Hyannis, that means girls varsity basketball will end up with a 10-win record, go 10-10, and with that 500 record, they will be in the preliminary round in the MIAA Division IV tournament as well. So we're going to let Tony do his job and finish clearing the ice here. We're going to go to a quick break and thank the folks who make Nantucket Community Television possible, and we'll be back with the second period of action here at the Bog. Nantucket versus Abington, 3-1 is our score after 1 period of play.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
And we're back live here at the Bog, Nantucket Ice Community Rink, as we get ready for period number 2 of action. The Green Wave here, already out of their locker room, are up by 2 goals. There might be a freshman or two on this team who remembers, or senior or two on this team who remembers as a freshman. The only other time these two teams have faced each other was here at the Bog 3 years ago, almost to the day. Maybe a few days forward because it was in the playoffs. That's right, the round of 16 MIAA Division IV tournament. The Green Wave paid us a visit and fell 6-2 as Whalers went all the way to the state quarterfinals that year. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. That's right, they're watching. Abington looking to break their own 2-game losing streak as they lost at home versus Littleton on Saturday on Valentine's Day and then lost the Monday before that against Middleborough High School. But overall, Abington has a 10-8 record. They'll be finishing their regular season on Thursday. They play Bourne at Gallo on Wednesday, and then they'll be finishing their season at the other bog, they'll be playing Norwell High School to complete their 2025-26 regular season, as they also hope to qualify for the MIAA postseason tournament of play. As the Whalers get ready to come out of the locker room here, just want to take a moment to say, if you want to join the fun and be a part of this Nantucket Sports Connection crew, you have the opportunity. Give us a call at NCTV, Nantucket Community Television. We're in the Big Book, and we're online, and the Facebook, and the interwebs, and all that good stuff. Look us up on Instagram at Sports Connection. You can shoot me an email, Charles at NCTV.org. And we're going to be having some free classes. The fellow who's going to be doing my job right now, Sean Davis, he's doing a damn fine job directing today, but his true area of expertise is on camera. One of the premier photographers and videographers on island. He teaches a free class at NCTV. If you want to get involved doing what Annie right here is doing, what Ashley's doing on the upper deck, running one of our professional sports cameras, and yes, you too can be doing exactly this, joining us for some live sports action and helping out your community. As the crowd over here across the way starting to get a wave going as they're enjoying their holiday. The Whalers taking their sweet time coming out of the locker room here. But again, yeah, you can drop us a note. We've got free camera classes coming up. We also have free classes doing what I am attempting to do and commentating games. Chris Morris, who sounds like he's on the cast over at FSN or ESPN. He's the usual voice of the Whalers, and he teaches a free sports commentary class. We'll have another one of those coming right up here at NCTV. So give us a call, drop us a note, and we'll be happy to get you signed up and get your students signed up as well. If you've got somebody at home who's needing direction and something wholesome to do with their time, send them our way, and we'll put them to work and have them join our team on the Nantucket Sports Connection as the Whalers take the ice as we come up on the second period of play here at the Bog. We're coming out to a face-off right now. Again, the Green Wave, 10-8. Whalers 4-10, but both are still in contention for a spot in the MIAA Division IV tournament. Final two games of our season. Girls Varsity Ice Hockey. They'll be hosting Plymouth South Wednesday live at 5 p.m. on NCTV HD, channel 1072. This Whalers team will be on the road Wednesday versus Plymouth North, and then we'll be bringing you their final game of the season here at Nantucket Ice versus North Quincy, Thursday live at 5 p.m. as we're back underway for the second period. Nantucket versus Abington. Green Wave comes up with it out of the faceoff. They get it behind the Nantucket net. Whalers strip it away, and Ben Freeman knocks it forward for the Whalers. And Ken Jenkinson has a little collision with the Green Wave player. Shot from the blue line from Barrow Banyan is deflected by Harris. And puck is knocked out of play just 32 seconds into the second period. Green Wave coach wanted a call there, but refs let play continue. Shot from the Whalers, number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson, deflected. Jeremy is bowled over, and Green Wave gets it to their offensive end as refs stop play. Face off in front of the parent section. Green Wave comes up with it, and they reset. Shot caught by Thomas Schroeder. See if we can get a replay on that. And that was number 20, the junior Nick Daly with that attempt on goal. Face off on the Whalers defensive end. A scrum to the left of the Nantucket net. And Whalers come up with it. Suarez knocks it over to Lavin, who gets knocked off his skates. No call. Puck back behind Nantucket net. Puck goes through the crease. And Lavin charging forward. He was warming up for a shot, but got disrupted. And Green Wave knock it into the waiting stick of Edwards, who takes the shot, easily deflected by Harris. Abington charges forward, 2-on-1. Puck caught by Schroeder with 12:42 left in the second period. Our score 3-1, Green Wave over the Whalers. As face-off on the Abington offensive end. Shot deflected by Schroeder. Puck behind the Nantucket net. Attempted setup there. Abington could not connect with. And Ken Jenkinson gets it back out to mid-ice. Nantucket back on offense. Ben Freeman gets it stripped away. Shot deflected by a player well short of the goal. And Whalers take another shot deflected by Harris. And Abington back on offense. Dangerous territory there, but Whalers disrupt. Another shot goes wide. And Nantucket manages to clear. Canton Jenkinson runs into traffic. Puck behind the Green Wave net. More physical play. And Abington clears. Nantucket resets. Edwards gets it forward to Canton Jenkinson. Little Abington thievery there. Oh. And Schroeder was there all alone. And Amani De Jesus with his second goal of the contest, the junior for the Green Wave. First goal of this period, but fourth goal by Abington makes it 4-1. here with 10:36 to go in the second period. Whalers cannot afford to leave Schroeder all alone like that. Green Wave comes up with the faceoff. Nantucket gets it back out to mid-ice. And another shot from way out, saved by Schroeder. Coming up on 10 minutes remaining in the second period. Whalers really need to get out of their own defensive end here. And number 7, Charlie Boyce manages to do so. Whalers cross the timeline. Jasper Soares, number 20, with it. Saved by Schroeder, and he covers up with 8:56 remaining here in the second period. Sorry, we had a little audio interference there, but I think things have cleared up. 8:56 remaining in the second period. Whalers down 4-1 as the faceoff is on the Whalers' defensive end. Edwards knocks it forward for Nantucket. And plays whistle dead. 8:40 remaining in the second period. And face-off heads back onto the offensive end of the ice for Abington. Jeremy Jenkinson brings it forward for Nantucket. Puck is behind the Abington net. Whalers battling for it, and Green Wave comes up with it as they cross mid-ice. Whaler gets knocked right over. No call. And Jeremy Jenkinson knocks it over to Canton. Canton checked behind the Abington net. He gets it forward to Jeremy. He takes a shot deflected by Harris. Ref whistles play dead. 7:40 remaining in the second period. And our first penalty of the game against a Green Wave player. Number 18, Callan Gunning, freshman, takes the seat. And the Whalers on the power play for the first time in this contest with 7:40 remaining in the second period. So the other power play, namely the one by Abington, they were able to capitalize on in the first period. So Whalers need to make something happen here. Edwards over to Ken Jenkinson. Ken leaks forward. And puck trickles in. Scored just 26 seconds into the power play by the Whalers. As you can see here, Canton's puck is trickling over, and number 14, Justin Torres, completes the circuit there for Nantucket. So 1 goal apiece here in the second period. So back to a 2-goal deficit overall for the Whalers against the Green Wave. 4-2, 7:13 remaining in period number 2. As Edwards gets it stripped away, puck trickles behind the Whalers' net. Ken Jenkinson struggles for it. And he's going to get chased behind. Schroeder. Puck back out to mid-ice. Green Wave clears again. Number 16, Jack Wolschlager, knocks it forward for Nantucket. Canton knocks it out of harm's way, and Nantucket clears. Number 13 takes a shot that's covered up by Harris. Good attempt on goal there by Jeremy Jenkinson. 6:07 remaining in the second period. 4-2 is our score. And face-off on the Whalers' offensive end. Justin Torres, sophomore, on the face-off. And Green Wave comes up with it. They get it across mid-ice. Desperately trying to disrupt there is Barabani, number 11. And O'Banion races past our shooting location. And Green Wave still threatening. Ref calls that dead because very clearly Charlie Boyce was tripped up by an Abington player there. And penalty is going to be on number 6 for Abington. Co-captain Sam McDonald, the senior, is going to take a seat for 2 minutes. So Whalers back on the power play just a minute later. 5:30 remaining here in period number 2. Whalers win the faceoff. Jenkinson takes a shot. Straight on goal. Saved by Nicholas Harris, the senior there in the net for Abington. So only 5 seconds off the power play. 1:55 left on that penalty. 5:25 left in the second period. Ken Jenkinson on the faceoff. He gets it out. Shot from Ken Jenkinson. Gloved by Harris. 1:40 remaining on the penalty. 5:10 in the period. Ken's already had 1 goal on the afternoon. Suarez comes up with it for Nantucket. Back to number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson. And Green Wave on a breakaway, shorthanded. Saved by Schroeder. Puck knocked up and over out of play behind the net. So Nantucket gets lucky that time. Again, they cannot leave their goalie twisting in the wind and expect him to save it all by himself. 4:50 remaining in the period. $1:20 left on the power play for Nantucket. As the faceoff is on the Whalers' defensive end. Nantucket comes up with it. Gets across the timeline. Ken Jenkinson. Leaks past number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson. And Abington clears. Schroeder deflects away. Edwards Resets for Nantucket. Out to Ken Jenkinson. Jenkinson back on the offensive end. 50 seconds left in the penalty. Abington strips again. Edwards saves it at mid-ice. Jeremy Jenkinson over to number 14. Justin Torres. Ken Jenkinson takes a shot. Saved by Harris. 30 seconds left on the power play for Nantucket. 4 minutes left in the second period. Abington Green Wave still up by 2. Jeremy Jenkinson on the faceoff. Out to Canton. Canton takes a shot. Hits traffic. And Green Wave knocked the puck over the Nantucket bench and out of play. 21 seconds left on the power play. Face-off again on the Nantucket offensive end. Ken Jenkinson on the face-off this time. Puck leaks back to Jeremy. Jeremy over to Edwards. He takes a shot. Wide to the left. And play whistle dead. 11 seconds left on the power play. And another Green Wave player in the box. This time it's number 18, Callan Gunning, the freshman. So Whalers are going to be 6-on-4 for 11 seconds, and then 6-on-5 for a minute 49 after that. Green Wave player checked hard out of that faceoff, and Stripes did not like that one. Green Wave player is still down, but is coming back on his feet. And Whalers look like they're squandering that power play. Justin Torres takes a seat in the box. 2 seconds left on the penalty on Sam McDonald. So Whalers are going to be up 5-on-4 for all of 2 seconds. And then it's going to be 5-on-5 for a minute 50 after that. And then there'll be 8 seconds of a power play for Abington. So things are getting a little messy here. 3:32 left in the second period. Abington player out of the box. We are now 5-on-5 for the next minute 40. As Edwards comes up with it for Nantucket. He knocks it to Ken Jenkinson. Ken Jenkinson surveys. His pass leaks through. Edwards disrupts. He gets it over to Ken Jenkinson in front of the goal. He takes a shot and scores! With 3:01 left in the second period. Point-blank shot from Ken Jenkinson. His second goal of the game. And Whalers cut the lead to 1. Beautiful shot there from Ken Jenkinson. And Whalers are determined not to go gently into that good night. 4-3 now is our score. 3:01 left in the period. Refs come over and are having a little chat beneath our shooting position. I think the Green Wave coach wanted to spring their player out of the box after that goal, but both players are staying in their respective penalty boxes. So 121 of a 5-on-5, and then 8.5 seconds or so of a power play for Abington. Less than 3 minutes to go here in the second period. 4-3 is our score. Green Wave, 2-on-1 coming up on Schroeder. Looks like they get it in. Or is the ref calling the goal off the 6? Looks like the goal is good. As we see on the replay, goal was knocked off its magnet after the goal. So Green Wave back up by 2, 5-3 our score, 2:40 remaining with a 5-on-5 for 1 minute, with both players still in the box. Ken Jenkinson behind the Green Wave net. Both teams short on one for another 30 seconds. Drifting shot goes wide to the right of the goal by Jasper Soares. And Green Wave clears. 2 minutes left in the second period. 5-3 our score. 15 seconds left of 5-by-5. Play. 10 seconds left. Save by Schroeder. Minute 40 left. Gunning is out of the box. Abington is up by one player, but only for 5 more seconds. And Edwards clears. Both teams back up to full strength. Freeman right off the bench chases it down, and the ref calls play dead. Minute 26 left in the second period. Looks like we're going to have a face-off in front of our shooting position. Nope, it's going to be on the far side in front of the parent section. 5-3 again, our score. Whalers come up with it out of the scrum after the face-off. Andrew Lavin passes it in front of the crease. Green Wave clears. Schroeder deflects it away. Edward Holland, the sophomore for Nantucket, misses that pass. Minute 10 left in the period. Green Wave at mid-ice. They knock it behind the Nantucket net. Struggling for it near the Green Wave bench. Abington comes up with it. Saved by Schroeder. Knocked away. Lavin tries to chase it down. Another goal. As Whalers weren't big fans of the conduct on that one. But point blank, number 11, again, Amani De Jesus, the junior. That's his third goal on the afternoon, I believe. And it's now 6-3. Green Wave over the Whalers with 38 seconds remaining in the second period. Jeremy Jenkinson on the faceoff. Green Wave comes up with it. They move across mid-ice, disrupted by Canton Jenkinson, who intercepts. He needs some help, gets some. Puck goes right through the crease. Ben Freeman on that attempt. 9 seconds remaining. And looks like Abington's content to play keep away here as the horn sounds at the end of the second period. 6-3 is our score. Green Wave over the Whalers. After 2, we're going to have 15 minutes more on the ice. But first, we're going to let Tony the Zamboni do his job. And we're going to do ours. Thanks to folks who make Nantucket Sports Connection on NCTV possible. Maybe let Annie and Ashley find another happy parent out there to have a chat with. We'll be back here with more Whalers Varsity ice hockey action at the Bog. 6-3 is our score after 2 periods.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And way over the control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carp.
When you add resilient gardens to your outdoor spaces, you contribute to the long-term well-being of the island. Introduce yourself to the Nantucket Footprints virtual garden tours and find inspiration to cultivate biodiversity. The first tour of a native meadow, curated by the Nantucket Conservation Foundation, is now available for free at nantucketfootprints.org. When you add resilient gardens to your outdoor spaces, you contribute to the long-term well-being of the island. Introduce yourself to the Nantucket Footprints virtual garden tours and find inspiration to cultivate biodiversity. The first tour of a native meadow, curated by the Nantucket Conservation Foundation, is now available for free at nantucketfootprints.org.
And welcome back to the Bog. Nantucket Ice Community Rink. 6-3 is our score after 2 periods of play between the Abington Green Wave and the Nantucket Whalers. We've got a Green Wave player in their bench who's ready to get a little chit-chat with our own student crew. Take it away, Annie and Ashley.
Welcome back to the Nantucket Sports Connection. I'm Ashley Klatt. I'm here with an Abington player.
Hi, I'm Joey Manoy.
Joey, how are you playing today? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I haven't really played yet, but I think as a team, we're playing like pretty good.
What is working well for your team, offense or defense?
I think like offensively we're like passing good, but I think throughout like the whole ice we're playing great.
Yeah, totally. Did your team have like a strategy or a mentality coming to face Nantucket today?
Didn't really want to drive like hour and a half to get to the ferry, and then like drive an hour and a half on the ferry to just like kind of lose or not get as many points as we can. So I think just like the time that it took to get here really helped us like get focused.
Yeah, well, thank you for chatting with us, and I hope the next period goes well for us and you. I'm Ashley Klatt. Thank you for joining to the Nantucket Sports Connection. Back to you, Charles or Sean.
Thank you so much, Ashley Klatt.
Cut.
Our own Whaler student interviewer on the job there with Joey Manoy, freshman number 9 for the Green Wave. Hasn't had any ice time yet, but if things keep going Abington's way, he might get the opportunity. As Tony completes his circuit around the ice. Abington again coming to this game 10-8. They're looking to cement their position in the postseason tournament here in the MIAA Division 4. And, of course, the Green Wave also looking to avenge the one and only game they had against the Whalers right here at Nantucket Ice, where the Whalers were on top 6-2. So almost a mirror image reversal of that score going on so far here today. As Tony completes his work, we're going to complete our work and take one more quick break before the third and final period of action here at Nantucket Ice. Don't forget, we've got 2 more games this season as far as the regular season before we get to playoff action on the Nantucket Sports Connection. We'll be back here Wednesday live at 5 o'clock for the Varsity girls ice hockey team with their final game of the regular season. They'll be playing host to Plymouth South. And then boys varsity ice hockey action. They're going to be on the road Wednesday playing the Plymouth North Eagles, who they had a bit of a difficult ending with, a brawl right in front of the Plymouth North bench to close out Friday's contest. They're going to be up there at Plymouth North playing on Wednesday. We're not going to carry that live because we're going to be here with the girls, but we're going to be carrying you the final regular season game for the boys varsity ice hockey team. That's going to be here playing host to North Quincy, another first-time team visiting Nantucket Ice. We'll be right back with the final period of action here at the Bog. Whalers down 6-3.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSE provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
And we're back here at Nantucket Ice. Fun fact, did you know there's a disco ball here in the middle of the ceiling here at the bog? I was today years old when I found that out. I just happened to look up and, disco ball right there. What's up with that? I think that's used by the free ice evenings they have, where they play some sweet tunes and shine a light on that thing. So folks at Nantucket Ice doing their best to build community here on Nantucket in these dark winter months. We're doing our best to build community here by training the next generation of broadcasters here with the Nantucket Sports Connection team. We've got our school to career students, Ashley Klatt and Annie Yard, who are rocking it on camera and doing interviews with parents and visiting athletes. See who we can find to chat with after the game. But first, we've got to finish this game. We got 15 more minutes of play here at the bog. Abington up by 3. Whalers have had 2 goals by Canton Jenkinson, as Annie does her best Queen Elizabeth impersonation. Whalers take the ice. Our last game, we had Jackson Remick sub in on goal in the third period, but for right now, Thomas Schroeder still hanging out over there. In case you missed it, at, a little after 1:30 today, we had a special senior recognition ceremony for all of our graduating seniors: Canton Jenkinson, Jeremy Jenkinson, Andrew Lavin, Ben Freeman, Barrow Banyan, Soren Edwards, and Ronald Del Rosario Gomez are 7 graduating seniors from this varsity ice hockey squad. So Whalers got their work cut out for them. Need some offensive productivity in a hurry. Let's see what they can pull off with 15 minutes left on the clock. Crowd on their feet. And Whalers getting underway against the Green Wave. Edwards battling for it at the defensive blue line for the Whalers. Save. Only 12 seconds into the third period by Thomas Schroeder. And face off on the Nantucket defensive end. Number 24, Parker Furtado, in for the Whalers as number 11, Barrow Banyan, takes a seat. Whalers come up with it out of the face-off. Intercepted by the Green Wave, and I think offsides will be the call there. So face off in front of the Whalers bench. Jasper Soares tries to get out of harm's way. Green Wave attempts to capitalize, and Schroeder wisely covers up. So 2 stoppages already, 31 seconds into the third period. And another face-off on the Whalers' defensive end. Jeremy Jenkinson there. Knocks it back to Edwards. Edwards over to Freeman. Back to Jenkinson. Gets it over to his brother Canton. Jeremy Jenkinson driving. Takes a shot. Just wide. Jeremy again takes a shot. Save by Nicholas Harris. senior goalkeeper for the Green Wave. 14-13 remaining in regulation. Again, Charles Douglas, station manager for Nantucket Community Television, coming to you, filling in for voice of the Whalers, Chris Morris. Jenkinson shot is wide. Ken Jenkinson shot just over the goal. Green Wave attempts to clear and does so. Breakaway shot, saved by Schroeder. Ken Jenkinson picks it up. Green Wave there to disrupt. Driving on the goal. No goal, according to the refs. Another save by Schroeder. Nantucket clears. Ken Jenkinson gets batted away. Edwards clears it behind the Green Wave net. 13:25 remaining in regulation. Whalers down by 3. Nantucket picks up mid-ice, knocks it forward. And Harris comes out of goal to get it to a teammate. Green Wave, however, unable to clear. Shot disrupted from number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson. He battles for it behind the goal. With a little help from number 14, Justin Torres. Canton struggling for it now in front of the Green Wave bench. And puck trickles across the timeline. Edwards picks it up and knocks it forward for Nantucket. 12:37 left in the third period. Ken Jenkinson takes a shot from the blue line. Saved by Harris. And Green Wave clears. Suarez picks it up from behind the Nantucket goal. Whalers back across the timeline. Number 15 has it for Nantucket. Nick Weisentanner, the sophomore. And icing is the call. 11:59 remaining in the third period. Line change. Jeremy Jenkinson, Kenton Jenkinson, and Ben Freeman back out for the Whalers. Jeremy Jenkinson on the face-off on the Nantucket offensive end. Green Wave come up with it. Disrupted by Soren Edwards. And Kenton Jenkinson gets it out of harm's way. Green Wave trying to play a little bit of keep away here with a 3-goal lead. 11:28 remaining in regulation. And Abington clears, icing the call again. 11:14 remaining in the third. Again, second part of today's President's Day holiday simulcast. My colleague Frank Schott was here for just a few minutes to take some photos and probably a snack from Foggy Nantucket. He was there with Aspen Sylvia and Pavlin Alexeyev as the Whalers destroy the Blue Knights and sandwich 85-41 on the basketball court to conclude the regular season for varsity boys basketball. They'll be heading to the postseason tournament. Whalers here struggling to make sure they can do the same on the ice. Less than 11 minutes remaining in the third period now. Whalers with another line change. 14 comes in, Justin Torres. Green Wave still playing keep away behind their own net. Abington clears. And Edwards sends it right back. Abington sends it behind the Whalers net. Good check there from Barrow Banyan. Green Wave answers right back. And refs call it dead there with 9:41 remaining in the third. Number 7, Charlie Boyce, comes into the game. Edwards takes a seat. Justin Torres also takes a seat for Nantucket. And Soares is in for the Whalers. Nantucket down by 3. Need to get something going here on offense in a hurry. As Whalers still struggling to get it out of their own defensive end. Well, coming forward now is Soares. Green Wave strips it away. And puck ricochets off the Abington bench. 9:11 remaining in the third period. No goals. 5 minutes, 49 seconds in third period action thus far. Face off on the Whalers offensive end. Canton Jenkinson picks up the face off from his brother, but Green Wave intercepts. And they struggle with it mid-ice. Ben Freeman comes up with it for the Whalers. He gets it over to Canton Jenkinson. And he's checked on the board. Green Wave takes possession as they do another line change. Ben Freeman again crossing the timeline. Gets it to Canton Jenkinson. Jeremy Jenkinson comes up with it. He takes a shot. Saved by Harris. 8:30 remaining, third period. Whalers down by 3, but they have a face-off on their offensive end. Shot from number 14 is saved by Harris. So it's Justin Torres in that attempt for the Whalers. And Abington clears. And that'll be icing with only 15 seconds run off the clock. And it'll be another face-off on the Whalers' offensive end. Soares in for Nantucket. Furtado takes a seat. And Jeremy Jenkinson on the face-off. And shot from Soares goes wide. Puck behind the Abington net. A couple players go flying. Canton Jenkinson takes a shot, saved by Harris. And Jenkinson comes back up with it. Green Wave clears. Icing again the call. 7:48 remaining in the third period. Nick Daly and Jacob Whitman take a seat. Both juniors on the Green Wave team as they switch lines. Jeremy Jenkinson back on the faceoff for the Whalers. Canton tries to come up with it. Jeremy's knocked his hands and knees, and refs call it dead just 5 seconds after that faceoff. And Green Wave called on the penalty. Number 23, Sean Duggan, the sophomore, takes his place in the penalty box, and the Whalers are on the power play for the first time this period. 7:43 remaining in the third. Whalers have a one-player advantage for 2 minutes. And the puck knocked over the Green Wave bench towards our shooting position. Only 6 seconds run off power play, so $1:54 left on the one-player advantage for Nantucket. 7:36 remaining in the third period. As Jeremy Jenkinson on the face-off on the Nantucket offensive end. Ken Jenkinson comes up with it. He's got a clear look at the goal. Shot deflected wide, up and over the glass. 1:44 left on the power play. Whalers bench complaining about something. Not totally clear what's going on there. Jeremy Jenkinson back on the face-off. 7:26 remaining in the third. Scrum right in front of the Abington net. And they manage to get it back out to mid-ice. Kenton Jenkinson keeping it away from the Green Wave. And Whalers will reset. Minute 30 left on the power play. Edwards has the puck, drives across mid-ice. He's looking for a shot on goal, takes it, deflected by Harris as Edwards is knocked to his knees, no call. Jeremy Jenkinson looking to take a shot. He gets it over to number 14. Canton has it knocked away. As Whalers reset again. 49 seconds left on the power play. 6:30 left in the third period. Shot from Justin Torres, deflected by Harris. As refs call play dead. 6:20 remaining in the third period. As Jeremy Jenkinson will take a seat. Ben Freeman out for Nantucket. Canton Jenkinson on the faceoff. Ken comes out of the faceoff with it, takes a shot, goes wide to the left. Whalers recover the puck, pass it through the crease. Shot from score! Third goal of the game for Canton Jenkinson. Jasper Soares, number 20, on the assist. Let's check it out on the replay. Soares takes a shot of his own, ricochets off the goalie, and Ken puts it home. Capitalizing on the power play. Abington lead cut back to 2, 6-4, with 6:06 remaining in the third period. Both teams now back up to full strength. And Whalers hope stay alive. Jeremy Jenkinson there on the faceoff. Abington knocks it clear. Puck now with Andrew Lavin. He gets a check. And play is blown dead. 5:50 remaining. In the third period, face-off in front of the Whaler student section. Nantucket less than 6 minutes to get a pair of goals here to extend play. Two on one. Abington drives forward, disrupted by the Whalers. And a heck of a goal leaks through just to the left of Schroeder. That was number 14, as we can see here on the replay. The freshman, Derek O'Neill. Gets it past Thomas Schroeder and puts Abington back on top by 3. 7-4 now our score with just 5.5 minutes remaining in the contest. Ken Jenkinson out there on the faceoff with co-captain Sam McDonald, number 6, facing him for the Green Wave. Abington comes up with it. At this point, they can really just play hard to get with the puck here with a 3-goal lead. Ken Jenkinson crosses the timeline. He drives forward. Sawyer Holland, the freshman, struggles for behind the net. Edwards takes a shot, deflected by Harris. Puck flies up and over the glass behind the Abington net. 4:57 remaining in the third period. Sawyer Holland takes a seat for Nantucket along with number 12, Paxton Fitch, the junior, and number 15, Nick Weisentanner, the sophomore. Face-off shot from Jeremy Jenkinson wide to the right. Abington attempts to clear. Nantucket has other ideas. And Edwards recovers the puck mid-ice. Sends it careening back. Shot is wide off to the right. And Green Wave clears. That'll be icing with 4:27 remaining in the third. Nantucket is back down by 3, however. As Fitch and Weisentanner back out on the ice for the Whalers. And it's Torres on the face-off on the offensive end for the Whalers. Puck leaks right through the crease. But Weisentanner is too busy struggling with a Green Wave player to take advantage. Shot deflected. And some unnecessary activities there at mid-ice. Nick Weisentanner took a push to the back of the head from a Green Wave player. That was number 23 out there, Sean Dugan, administering that. And it's number 11, Amani DeJesus, who has 3 goals in this contest. He's going to take a seat in the penalty box for Nantucket. But both teams are going to be short a player as number 15, Nick Weisentanner, the sophomore, takes a seat. So it's going to be 5-on-5 for 2 of the final 4 minutes here in the third period. Whalers down by 3. So we'll see if both teams being short a player does anything for Nantucket's ability to make something happen here on offense. Shot deflected. That shot was from Edwards, and Ken Jenkinson, another goal. Starting to lose count there. I think that was his 4th of the 5 goals by the Whalers. Gets through the left side past Nicholas Harris. So Ken Jenkinson tearing it up. 4 goals on the contest today. And Whalers cut the lead to 2 with 3:48 remaining in the third period. Ken right back out there in center ice for the faceoff against Sam McDonald. Both players still shorthanded. So it's 5-on-5 out there. Ken knocks it behind the Abington net. Edwards picks it up mid-ice. That shot is just wide to the right. 3:19 remaining in the third period. Whalers down by 2 against the Green Wave. Edwards picks it up again at the timeline, but Green Wave manages to intercept. Nice check there by Edwards. And Kenton Jenkinson chasing it down in front of the student section. Both teams getting a little more physical here in the closing moments of this contest. 2:38 remaining in the third period. Ben Freeman swinging a miss, but Edwards manages to pick it up mid-ice, and he knocks it forward. Line change from both teams. 14, Justin Torres is in. He comes up with the puck mid-ice. Jeremy Jenkinson knocks it forward. Green Wave manages to clear, however, as we have 2 minutes 4 seconds remaining in the contest. Both these players should be getting out of the box any second now. And timeout Whalers. As we'll keep it right here. Again, 2:04 to go. Whalers down by 2. Only 2 more games in the regular season for this varsity ice hockey team. They'll be playing the Plymouth North Eagles for the second time in a week, but this time on the Eagles' home ice after falling to them 7-4 on Friday night here at the Bog. And then North Quincy, for the first time in the history of the two programs, will be playing the Whalers. They'll be visiting here at Nantucket Ice Rink Thursday. We'll be live at 5 p.m. for our final broadcast of the regular season right here on NCTV HD, channel 1072 in the Nantucket Sports Connection. But before that, we'll be live 5 p.m. Wednesday for our final girls varsity ice hockey contest versus Plymouth South. Another first-time visitor here to the Gray Lady. Whalers planning some offensive strategies over here as they need to make some crack shots happen in a hurry to have a chance of extending this contest. Again, keep your eyes peeled on all the social medias. We will have at least one of our varsity teams in the MIAA postseason tournament, probably looking at a game either Monday or Tuesday of winter vacation week. So as soon as we know, we'll let you know here at the Nantucket Sports Connection. As Green Wave manages to clear out, it's a 2-on-1 with an empty net, and they score. Whalers empty the net to attempt something on offense, and Green Wave is there to take advantage. It is now 8-2 Abington with 1:52 remaining as the Whalers got caught with the wide open cookie jar there, and they send Thomas Schroeder back out on goal, now down by 3. Jeremy Jenkinson on the face-off against number 23, Sean Dugan, the sophomore for Abington. Green Wave comes out of the face-off, and they seem pretty content to keep it away from the Whalers here. They do send it through the crease. Nantucket manages to come up with it, however. And Whalers clear back towards the Green Wave goal. Minute 22 left in the contest. Penalty boxes are finally empty. Canton Jenkinson with the puck. He gives it forward to number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson, his brother. Both graduating seniors who are honored here today. And Jasper Soares tries to get past a couple of Green Wave players. Unable to do so. But number 13, Jeremy Jenkinson, comes up with it. Green Wave takes it away mid-ice and clears it behind the Nantucket net. 45 seconds left in the third period. As Nantucket clears, icing is waved off. 30 seconds remaining here in the third period. As Whalers showing a little frustration there. 15 seconds remaining. Edwards takes a shot deflected by Harris. Nicholas Harris doing a great job in goal today. Shot towards the Whalers goal, deflected by Thomas Schroeder. Whalers clear it out. Refs clear up a little grumpiness at the blue line, and that'll do it for today's contest. The Abington Green Wave putting on a clinic with dozens of shots on goal, 8 connected. And they come out of this contest with an 8-5 victory over the Nantucket Whalers, avenging that 6-2 defeat 3 years ago, where the Whalers beat the Green Wave in their first ever contest in the round of 16 MIAA Division IV tournament. So we're going to have Miss Annie Yard and Miss Ashley Klatt up top. Try to find a Whalers senior to have a little chat with for our post-game show. But we're going to thank some folks who make everything possible here at the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV First. So our final score here from the Bog. Whalers fall to the Green Wave by a score of 8-5. I'm Charles Douglas here with Sean Davis. We'll be right back from Nantucket Ice with some final thoughts here on the Gray Isle.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll launch for three. Got it! Huge shot from Carr.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling but getting back up.
And Whalers control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. More than money, we need members. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Boston Pops.
Who are you for Halloween?
Tough situation. You guys battled back. Back to pass the party's got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Shot. It rolls through and it's good. You got a tie ball game. It's ahead. Gets it by. Loading is open.
Thank you very much.
When you add resilient gardens to your outdoor spaces, you contribute to the long-term well-being of the island. Introduce yourself to the Nantucket Footprints virtual garden tours and find inspiration to cultivate biodiversity. The first tour of a native meadow, curated by the Nantucket Conservation Foundation, is now available for free at nantucketfootprints.org.
In 1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a Whaler, always a Whaler. 1, 2, 3, Whalers!
Una vez un Whaler, siempre un Whaler. ¡Vamos!
What binds us is Whaler pride. It has shaped our island and student athletes for generations.
Let's try that again with a microphone, shall we? We're back here for the postgame show here at the Bog. We're going to go right now to Ashley Klatt, who has one of our 7 graduating seniors, Andrew Lavin, here by the Rick. And hit on mute. Hit on mute. We're going to fix that microphone real quick. Sorry about that.
You want more?
Am I good?
Yeah.
There we go.
I didn't unmute it. Welcome back to the Nantucket Sports Connection. I'm Ashley Klatt with senior forward Andrew Lavin. Andrew, what were your thoughts on the game?
I think we all could have played better all around. Some good offense, but overall we could have done better.
Yeah, I mean, it was very back and forth, and after every goal was always answered by Abington. And when facing Abington, did you or the team have like a mentality or a strategy?
We really just wanted to put shots on net, keep the defense in front of the net, just stop as many goals as we could.
Yeah, totally. Now, as your senior season is coming to an end, what are your thoughts and feelings on it?
I'm a little sad. You know, I've played hockey forever, so it's sad to see it come to an end.
Well, thank you for joining us and chatting with me. Best of luck to the rest of your season. I'm Ashley Klatt. Thank you for joining the Nantucket Sports Connection. Back to you, Charles.
Thank you, Ashley Klatt, with Andrew Lavin, one of the 7 graduating seniors we honored at the beginning of today's broadcast. Whalers do fall, but we had 4 goals from Canton Jenkinson. So I think that's 20 goals overall on the season. We still got 2 games remaining for this varsity ice hockey team here in the regular season. So those boys are going to be on the road Wednesday to play the Eagles from Plymouth North. That night we're going to be here as Plymouth South is coming to visit our girls varsity ice hockey team. And then, of course, we're going to have one more game for the regular season with our varsity boys ice hockey team. Thursday, we'll be live at 5 p.m. as we welcome North Quincy to the Bog here for the first time. So I want to thank Annie Yard, Ashley Klatt for those interviews, for running our cameras today. Sean Davis, our lead videographer for the Nantucket Sports Connection, doing a damn fine job, doing his best Charles impersonation up there directing our broadcast. I'm Charles Douglas, station manager at NCTV, filling in for Chris Morris as he and his family enjoy a well-deserved vacation. And I want to say, wow, we made it, folks. We had 4 days in a row of either doubleheaders, a pair of those, and today and 2 days ago we had a pair of simulcasts. So that's more games in fewer hours than we've ever been able to pull off here in the Nantucket Sports Connection. And we're only able to do so thanks to the support of our community and to the support of these awesome students. Thanks earlier today to Aspen Sylvia and Pavlin Alexeyev, who are running our camera and on the play-by-play, respectively, for that contest. So for all of us at NCTV and the NSC, we're going to take a whole break for a whole one day, and then we'll be right back here at the Bog Wednesday night, live at 5. Hope to see you then. Good night, Whalers Nation. Take care.